Hey guys, and welcome back to Amy TV. Today I finally have another talking video, you guys, where I want to tell you guys a little something about something. So what is this something? This something is LASIK surgery, and I got it 1 year ago, a little bit over that. I got it in July 12th of last year. So it's literally been like a month and almost 2 months, a year and almost 2 months. But you guys, what is it? How is it? How does it go? How do you feel after? Maybe a lot of you out there have so many questions about it, and I'm here to answer just a little bit about them and tell you my story and how it was for me. So let's just get started. Okay guys, so like I said, I went last year, July 12th, and this was actually not planned at all. My older sister, she's about 8 years older than me. She wanted to get LASIK surgery because she hated having glasses, and she had been wearing them for about 22 years of her life. So a lot, like 18 actually, 20 years. And so she was tired of them, and she always had headaches with them and everything. So she decided that she wanted to get rid of it. She wanted to find a solution, and she thought LASIK would be right for her. So of course, my older sister is a total scary cat when it comes to surgeries and things like that. So she actually told me to go with her. She was like, oh, I want to go see. We're just gonna have a consultation, and I just had myopia, if that's how you pronounce it in English, and she didn't just have myopia, she also had astigmatism. So what happened was she wasn't sure she was going to qualify. So I went to a consultation, which was free. And let me tell you guys, last year I came back from Mexico on July 6th. And July 7th was my birthday. July 8th, I went to the appointment. I still remember all of this. So July 8th, we went and we had a free consultation, you guys. And let me tell you, they did so many tests on us, so many different rooms, just going and getting tested for all these things, which I had no idea where they were. And so finally, after all the tests were done, we got into this consultation room, and they tell us, you qualify, you seem to be one of the perfect candidates for this. And we both got told the same thing. They just told us about her that she had astigmatism. So her cornea, it was shaped sort of like a football, where mine was like almost completely round, but it just had slightly flat on top and bottom. So they said my procedure was probably going to be a little bit easier than hers. And let me tell you guys, we were pretty much blind because we couldn't see anything without my glasses. It was a hassle getting up in the morning, and so many times I didn't put them in the same place, or sometimes I fall asleep with them and I'd have to look for them around the bed, and it'd be like a whole mess, you guys. I literally waste 15 minutes just finding my glasses, and I'd be, sis, like my little sister, I'd be screaming at her to help me find them because I couldn't see them. So it was pretty bad, you guys. So after that, we decided, okay, maybe we do want to do this. We want to have our life changed. And we want to have our life changed, right? So we finally decided, okay, let's talk prices, right? Because that's the important thing here, money. So we went ahead and we talked to a different financial consultant there. And went ahead, saw a plan, saw everything. And you guys, thanks to Lasik Eye Surgery, I also started my credit, you guys. Because I literally had nothing on my name. So this definitely started on my credit, and I have credit cards. Only two, you guys, only two. Not passing. So I say. So yeah, you guys, this also helped me build up my credit. And let me tell you guys, I'm gonna be completely honest, it was $5,000, $5,500. But because you say that you saw the ad on television, they take away $1,000, supposedly, I don't really know, maybe we asked other people, right? So we ended up paying $4,000 and $500. So yeah, it is a lot of money, you guys, but I'm still paying it off right now. I'm paying off about $200 a month. I'm a little bit over halfway there, see that? So it's definitely manageable, and I was given an option to pay less, like $100, but then the interest would be higher, so I was like, I could do this. So we did this. So yeah, guys, and then the person was like, okay, you guys, so we're ready. There's no turning back now. We're gonna put the medication, and if you decide not to have the surgery, because they have to do some other tests right after. And if you decide not to do the surgery before the date, but you already have this medication, you're gonna have to pay the $500 for the medication, the test that we're doing right now. So it was like, either you're not gonna go through with it and you're gonna have to pay 500, or you go through with it and have your life change and you pay 4,500, but you could see. And okay, so we were like, okay, fine, we'll do it. Bam. And then we went into the testing and we got out of there. So let me tell you, our vision was like blurry. Our vision was blurry right after we got out. Right after we got out, my vision was blurry, so was hers. And we didn't really notice, but since I had just turned 21, 2 days before that, July 7th, we decided to go to Applebee's. And we went to Applebee's in Times Square, and I had alcohol. Let me tell you guys, I was not being able to see. Like, I saw everything so blurry. And then when I got the pictures taken, like, all my eyes, like, they came out white and red. I have no idea if that was bad or anything, but hey, when you're after and I'm fine. So yeah, so you guys, we got there on Tuesday, July 13th or 12, it's just 12. Okay, so we got there, doesn't matter today, it was a Tuesday. And let me tell you guys, I was panicking. They give you this paper where you're like basically disclaiming them and taking away any responsibilities from them, you guys. And that was really nerve-wracking to sign, because when I read it, it said that I could have cross-eyed vision or cross-eyed eyes or whatever. It said that I could die, you know. It said that all these, I could lose vision in one eye, and all of this like freaking scary things to hear, you know. But after all, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm here. I don't want to pay just 500 for the test they did the other day, so I'm gonna go through it. My sister needs me because she also needed me, so it's like, let's go, let's do this, let's go. Life with no glasses. So afterwards, you guys, finally signed it. So let me tell you, right after that, they give you this pill. So basically, it removes some of your anxiety that you have. Let me tell you guys, 30 minutes passed, 1 hour passed, and I was still shaking. I was shaking. I went to the bathroom. I was crying. I called my lovey, and he was like, you know what, everything's gonna be okay. Calm down, you know, everything's gonna be fine. But no, I was still crying. But although his call did help a lot, you guys, it helped me to be like, okay, you could do this. You're gonna do this. You're gonna go through it. Cause you guys, I was literally about to pee my pants. No lie. So and then I went up to the nurse, and she noticed that I was really, really anxious. So she decided to give me a second pill. And I took the second pill, you guys. And let me tell you, I swear these pills had no effect on me whatsoever. I was still so anxious. So my sister was a little more calm than me, but she was also nervous. She just doesn't express it the way I did. But finally we decided to go in, and she was like, okay, who's going first? Everybody in there, and we were sisters, like the doctors and everything. And of course I'm like, you're older than me, so girl, you going first. And she didn't have anything else left to say, so she went ahead and went first. And you guys, after you go into surgery, I couldn't see her while she was in it, so I didn't actually see the process. But afterwards, they took her to this room where it's dark and they have your eyes closed. And after a couple minutes, they'll tell you, you know, like, okay, you can finally open them. And while you have your eyes closed, they're like handing you some medicine and telling you what to do with it while you have your eyes closed there. And let me tell you guys, even though she had her eyes closed, she was crying, like seriously crying. And she was telling me that she had pain and that they hurt and that they burned, and that she couldn't open her eyes even after the nurse told her to open her eyes. So she was in shock, you guys. And of course that made me get in shock, because right after her, somebody else went, and then I went. So those minutes in between, they were crucial, you guys. They were like hell. Swear to God, they were like hell. So then it was finally my turn, you guys, and I went in, and the doctor, the first thing he told me was like, did they give you your pill? And I'm like, yeah, I even have two. He was like, oh, okay. So you guys, that's how nervous I looked, that the doctor didn't even think I got pills. And then when I finally sat down, there was this nurse, or the assistant to the specialist, right? And as soon as she, like, I lay down, because you have to lay down like on a bed thing, doctor's office thing. And as soon as I lay down, she put, like, I'm not sure, she put something over me. Like, I have no idea, you guys. But the thing is, all I remember is grabbing her hands and just not letting go of her. All I did was grab her hands, and my legs were like shaking, and the doctor was like, you know, we can't start this, we can't put the laser beam directly in your eye if you're shaking your leg because it's causing you to move. So you need to be still. And oh my god, guys, that was the hardest thing in my life. And I was still, and after the one eye, they use laser to cut through it. Literally, you guys, you didn't feel it. You really didn't feel it. You felt like, I don't know, like a zap, but it wasn't painful or anything. You just like, maybe it was just you heard it. That was the most like scary part, because you hear like they're like screwing something in or something, hammering something. It's like the sound of the machine is actually like worse than what it actually feels. You don't feel anything. I swear to God, you don't feel anything. So after I did one eye, I was like, oh, okay, this is it, like, that's it. And I went ahead and did my other eye completely normal. And let me tell you guys, you know how they're cutting like a little flap, right? So then they take like, I don't know, this instrument tweezer sort of like, and they open up the flap, and then I saw everything blurry. Like, you actually see how they lifted the flap, or at least I did, because my sister said swear she didn't, but I like saw when they like opened the flap. It becomes like, it just looks different. It looks more blurry, and then when you close the flap again, it just looks nice. I don't know if that's when the vision changed. Pretty sure that's when it changed, right? So then finally he was like, okay, that's it, and they covered my eyes. And he was like, okay, so now just go sit down, and the nurse is gonna be over. She's gonna give you your medicine and everything. That's exactly what I did. And after like 20 minutes sitting there, she was like, okay, you can open your eyes. And I was actually able to open my eyes, guys, so I'm really happy about that. Thumbs up. Now let me tell you that me and my sister went by ourselves. So I was able to open my eyes, even though it was a little hard, but I could still open them. And then they were like, okay, you could basically leave, all done, all set. We'll see you next week, the day after, I think 2 days after. And no, it's actually the day after, just to check up how it's closing and everything. So this is where the horror started. So the doctor's office was in the 6th floor of the building, right? So I'm telling my sister, open your eyes. She's like, I really can't. And she was stressing out. She was crying. Her eyes were closed. She swore she couldn't open her eyes. So I was like, okay, I'll pull you, I'm like, I'll take you. So I took her to the elevator. I pressed the elevator. Let me tell you guys, it was a little hard to open your eyes though. So I had them open, but it kind of like tingled a little. But I was like, okay, I gotta get this done. So I go put her in the elevator. We go down to the 1st floor. We get out. She's like crying her eyes out, even though I couldn't see her eyes. She had them closed because she said she can't open her eyes, and she's trying and she can't. Meanwhile, here I am, and I'm like kind of seeing blurry still, and I'm just like, taxi. And I got so lucky that I got a taxi right away. And I told my sister, like, stay there, just stand still. I'm gonna get a taxi. And thankfully, I got a taxi really quick. It was in an area where there was a lot of taxis. And then we finally get in. I pull her into the taxi. I'm like, get in, like, the door's right here. And then I get in the taxi, and then he's like, I think he thought we were crazy or something. So I told him, drive me up to Queens, because that's where my dad was picking us up. And he was like, where? And then I told him this restaurant that we always went to, and he was like, okay. And you guys, I was scared because my sister wasn't opening her eyes, and I just looked bad. So we both looked horrible. So I was like, you never know. Maybe this taxi is gonna take us somewhere else. He might kidnap us. This might happen. I'm always really like scared of all these things. So because I watch a lot of CSI and all that, even though a lot of it isn't true or some of it is based off true, it still gives me the creeps. So I was just like, even though I was starting to feel a little bit of pain, in my eyes, I kept trying to open and look out the window, see like, am I somewhere where I recognize it still, or just, and I was pretending to text just because I didn't want the taxi driver to think that we had nowhere to go or something, I was pretending to talk on the phone, and I was texting hubby, well, I'm a hubby, right, that's what I call it, to like make sure that, tell him that we were okay and everything. And yeah, you guys, finally I get to Queens, to where my dad was at, and he came along with my little sister. So like she was 13. So as soon as I see my dad, you guys, I swear to God, it was like hell was just risen away from me, and I felt like I was in heaven now. And I just let out my tears. I was crying. I was crying here, crying everywhere. It was like I was filling up a gallon a minute of tears, you guys, because I was starting to feel all the pain from the eyes, and it was really, really, really horrible, you guys. I know that most eye doctors are supposed to give you some pain reliever, but this one didn't, so that kind of like, I didn't really like that. But as soon as I saw my daddy, you know, daddy's girl, I started crying. My sister pulled me out, the little one, and my dad pulled out my older sister, paid the cab. To this day, I have no idea how much the cab was, you guys. And I just cried the whole way home, and dad was like, okay, let me run, take care of your sisters, to my little sister, let me run to the pharmacy, I'm gonna get some pain relievers. Pain relievers helped, you guys, but literally, when I was in the car from Queens to Long Island where I live, it was like a 40-minute ride. I swear it was burning. It was just this burning sensation on your eyes, and by that point I couldn't open them anymore. And the doctor did tell us try not to open our eyes like after surgery for about 8 hours or until the next day if possible. So that is exactly what I did. I didn't open my eyes up at all after that. I just, as soon as I got on the car in Queens with my dad, I didn't open my eyes at all. He gave me the pain reliever, I gave my sister one, and that literally put me to sleep like half an hour. Then I got home and I just tried sleeping so bad because the pain, it was just like a burning sensation. It was really, really horrible. It was really horrendous, actually. But after, I would say, this was in the morning, so around 8 at night, I was hungry, I was starving, but my mom had me laid in bed. She was crying because she was scared to herself of how she saw us when we got home, like hysterically crying. And my older sister was in horrible pain. Let me tell you, her pain I believe was bigger than mine, because she couldn't even sleep, you know. And they had to give her some really, really strong sleeping pills so she could fall asleep, because she couldn't handle the pain at all. And she didn't wake up until the next morning. Meanwhile, me around 8, I was already fine, you guys. So I went ahead and I went and had a cup noodle soups. I went and had a instant ramen. So I went to the kitchen and I was just like this with my eyes closed the whole entire time. And I ate with my eyes closed the whole entire time. Went to the bathroom with my eyes closed. And then finally reached bed and sleep tight until the next day. And the next day when I opened my eyes, you guys, next day when I was finally able to open my eyes, it was like heaven, you guys, because I could see everything perfectly, and that made me so happy. You have no idea how happy that made me. Like, I looked across my room and I was like, oh my god, I can read those letters. Like, I don't even think I could see that good with glasses. That's how much of a shock it was, you guys. And it literally took forever for me to be able to get accustomed to this, but it was just amazing, you guys. And even today I still feel the impacts of it. And you know, it just teaches you that not to take something for granted. Like, I will never take my eyes for granted anymore. I take care of my eyes. And some side effects are like dryness. That's like one of the most common ones. Not being able to see with the glares in the cars, or night driving might be difficult. And you guys, I'm so lucky because I didn't get any of that. I can see perfectly. The sun doesn't really bother me too much, although when the clouds are out and they're bright, it's kind of hard. Sometimes snow is also hard, so I need sunglasses. But the night glares and that's not happening with me. The dryness doesn't happen with me. I don't use any drops on my eyes. And for the sun, I really don't need sunglasses either. It's just because of this thing where I wasn't able to wear sunglasses for the past 11 years of my life, since I was like 10. You know, being able to wear sunglasses now is a passion of mine, so that's why I have my little collection, which I just made a video on, and I'll leave in the description box below. And you guys, it teaches you not to take something for granted. You know, like going to the ocean and having to be like, where do I leave my glasses? You know, I lost my glasses one time. I was in a roller coaster and my glasses fell off. And it just teaches you that something like vision is so crucial, you guys. I don't have to be rushing around, losing 20 minutes of my life every morning searching for my glasses, you know. Like, it's beautiful. I don't have to worry when the rain like hits my glasses and they get all foggy, or when I put something hot like soup or something and my glasses used to get off. I don't have to worry about that anymore, and it's having you guys. So if you can afford it, take the payment plans, definitely go ahead and do it, because it's gonna change your life. And that's pretty much all I have to say on that, you guys. Do it. I don't regret it. It was totally worth even 10 grand, you guys. It was worth it. Best decision of my life by far. And those 8 hours of pain, totally worth it as well. Just take some pain relievers and it's fine. Going into surgery, don't worry about it. It's painless, you guys. I can swear on it. So I hope this advice helps some of you guys. This information helps some of you. And go in there, guys, and be like, tomorrow I'm gonna be a different person.